What if the most dangerous thing you do every single day happens before 9 in the morning? Before you even leave your house? Not a cigarette. Not a bad habit you've been warned about 100 times. I'm talking about breakfast. The meal most people believe is the healthiest part of their day. And for most seniors, it's quietly working against them. Here's what no one tells you. For people over 60, the wrong breakfast sets off a chain reaction inside your body. It keeps your blood sugar elevated for hours, sometimes for the entire rest of the day. And most seniors have no idea it's happening. By the time you feel the fatigue, the brain fog, the heaviness in your legs, the damage is already done. What you put on your plate in the first hour after waking is the single most powerful decision you make for your blood sugar every day. And most seniors are getting it completely wrong, not because they're careless, but because they were never given the right information. I've spent years sitting across from patients who did everything they were told. They cut back on sweets, took their medication, walked every day, and still their glucose stayed high. When I looked closer at each of those cases, the answer was almost always the same: breakfast. Stay with me through this entire video. I'm going to show you exactly how seniors should be eating breakfast to control blood sugar and reduce the risk of diabetes. The majority of that experience has been focused on seniors navigating blood sugar problems, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. In my practice, I've worked with hundreds of patients over 60. People who came to me frustrated and confused about why their numbers weren't improving. They were doing their best, they were following instructions, and still, something wasn't working. When we looked at the full picture, breakfast was almost always the missing piece. My mission isn't just to treat disease after it's already there. It's to give you the tools to prevent it, or to stop it early before it becomes something harder to manage. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 71 years old, a retired nurse cav, which made her case even more striking. She knew more about health than most people ever would. She ate what she believed was a balanced diet, avoided fast food, and took her metformin without fail. But her fasting glucose hadn't dropped below 145 in over a year. Her A1C was sitting at 7.4%. A glass of orange juice, 2 slices of whole wheat toast with low-fat margarine, a bowl of oatmeal with a drizzle of honey. She was proud of that breakfast. It sounded healthy to her. It sounds healthy to most people, but every single item on that plate was quietly spiking her glucose before 8 in the morning. Within 10 weeks of changing only her breakfast, not her medication, not her exercise, her fasting glucose dropped to 108. Margaret had 4 of the 5 breakfast mistakes I'm going to share with you today. And she had no idea any of them were a problem. Her doctor took the second medication completely off the table. Today I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common breakfast mistakes that are silently raising blood sugar in seniors. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 37 million Americans have diabetes. And the American Diabetes Association reports that nearly 29% of seniors over 65 are living with diabetes. The good news, and I want you to hold on to this, is that breakfast is one of the most powerful levers you have. It's not about eating less, it's about eating smarter. Mistake number 1, starting your morning with fruit juice, orange juice, apple juice, puce, even the ones labeled no sugar added or 100% natural. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. When you extract juice from fruit, you remove the fiber, and fiber is everything when it comes to blood sugar. I read every single comment, and if this video is helping you see breakfast in a completely new way, please give it a like right now. It takes 1 second. That 1 second tells YouTube to share this with more seniors who need it, people who may not have a doctor walking them through this the way I'm walking you through it today. Mistakes eat more. Mistake number 4, eating a breakfast with little or no protein. Even when those carbohydrates seem like healthy choices, without protein to anchor the meal, blood sugar will still spike. When you eat protein alongside carbohydrates, you put a governor on the glucose response. The spike is lower, slower fart. Here's what's actually happening. Protein slows gastric emptying, the rate at which food leaves your stomach and enters the small intestine. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a high-protein breakfast significantly reduced post-meal glucose levels. Think of protein as the foundation of a house. Without it, everything else, even the good carbohydrates, lacks structure. My recommendation: aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, 2 to 3 eggs, or after 60, the body becomes less efficient at using protein. That means you need more of it, not less debt, and muscle. Mistake number 5, eating breakfast at the wrong time or skipping it entirely. These are the 2 timing mistakes I see. The first group eats immediately after waking before the body has transitioned out of its overnight hormonal state. The second skips. Both approaches backfire, and understanding why requires knowing about one specific hormonal event that happens inside your body every single morning, whether you're aware of it or not. In the first 30 to 45 minutes after waking, your body experiences what researchers call the cortisol awakening response. This surge signals the liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream. It's a normal survival mechanism. But eating a carbohydrate-heavy meal, your blood sugar rises before you've even finished your first cup of coffee not because of what you ate, but because of when you ate it. Timing is everything in the morning hours. On the other side, skipping breakfast entirely triggers a different problem. A study in the Journal of Nutritional Science found that adults who skipped breakfast, your body, deprived of food for too long, overcompensates at the next meal. The glucose response becomes far more extreme. A review published in Advances in Nutrition found that meal timing and breakfast composition together were more. When you eat matters almost as much as what you eat, and in the morning, the window between waking up and sitting down to breakfast can make or break your glucose for the entire day. My recommendation? Wait 30 to 60 minutes after waking before eating. Drink a full glass of water first. Then have a breakfast. Now let me tell you about Robert. He was 68 years old, a retired electrician, a man who described himself as someone who never fussed about food. He came to me after his doctor warned that his pre-diabetes was progressing. If his numbers didn't improve, his breakfast every single morning for the past decade, a glass of orange juice, 2 slices of whole wheat toast with margarine, and a banana. We made 5 changes together. We replaced the juice with water and a whole orange. We swapped the toast for 2 scrambled eggs. We pushed his breakfast back by 45 minutes after waking. And we added a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to his eggs. For 8 weeks later, his fasting glucose had dropped from 122 to 97. His doctor called it remarkable. He told her the doctor said, "I don't need the medication." He came back to my office the following month and said those were the most relieved words he had felt in 5 years. I didn't change his medication, I changed his breakfast. Let me bring this all together now, because understanding how these 5 mistakes work as a system is what will protect you long term. Mistake 1, fruit juice. Replace it with whole fruit. The fiber is the difference between a controlled glucose response and a blood sugar flood before your day even begins. Mistake 2, refined and commercial bread. Replace it with eggs or legumes. Give your pancreas a break in the morning. It has a full day of work ahead of it. Mistake 3, sweetened and flavored yogurt. Replace it with plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Feed your gut bacteria. Mistake 4, a breakfast with no protein. Anchor every morning meal with 20 to 30 grams. Mistake 5, wrong timing. Wait 30 to 60 minutes after waking. Align your first meal with your body's natural hormonal rhythm. Here's something you can do tonight. Open your refrigerator and remove one item you now know is working against you. Just one. Start there. The American Diabetes Association and the American Heart Association both emphasize that lifestyle interventions can reduce the risk more than half. With the right breakfast built around the right foods at the right time, the odds are genuinely on your side. You now have this information. Use it starting tomorrow morning. If you have a parent, a sibling, a spouse, or a close friend managing blood sugar problems, please share this video with them on Facebook or send it directly to their phone right now. You might be giving them the most important health information they've received this year. Quality information based on science is one of the greatest gifts we can offer to the people we love. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications because in my next video, I'll show you the 5 foods people over 60 should never eat before bed if they want to wake up with healthy blood sugar. The third one on that list is something almost every senior eats without a second thought. You won't want to miss it. Take good care of yourself and take good care of the people you love. I'll see you in the next video.